What's up, everybody?
My name is Anthony Irvin.
You beat yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
CB myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm Jim Green.
Don't even need a hit of traffic light.
Okay, good.
Welcome to
One set.
Have you ever wanted to start your podcast but didn't know where to start? The One Set Bros are here to talk to you about Zencastr. Zencastr is the ultimate-based podcasting solution and now the all-in-one podcasting platform, making podcasting easy. They've sure made it easy for us to be able to record our podcast and our episodes every week for you guys. Once you've set up your account, you're simply one click away from recording a high-quality podcast with studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. My personal favorite feature is their multi-layered backups, which ensure our recordings are always in the highest quality, even during unstable web connections. And if you thought you needed multiple tools and services for your podcast, Zencastr's all-in-one podcasting platform allows you to create your podcast all in one place and distribute to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code OneSetPod, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experiences we do with all our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story. Ooh, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of One Set, the One Set podcast. My name is Anthony Irvin. I'm here with my best friend, co-host, Jim Green. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Rocking the shades for another episode, which I didn't even. These are Cheyennes. Yeah, I always lose sunglasses, so like
Me too.
I hate to buy them. I'm like, I'll just deal with it. So,
I literally bought like 2 pairs of sunglasses last year and lost them within that month.
something like a $17.50 for one, $25 for two.
They're like Kohl's. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Because they make some pretty fancy ones. Yeah. Because I know I'm going to lose them. And that's the thing. Like, so they literally lasted a month. And it's like the simplest thing. Like, oh, I forgot to pick them up somewhere, or I left them like, I forgot to pick them up, or that like, I really don't remember where I placed them. Then I'm like, I guess I just don't have sunglasses anymore. Then I get a new pair, lose them. Like, I can never keep them. And then months later, like, I just literally found the ones that I lost. I'm like, oh, cool, I got them back. But I'm so mad because I lost the ones that I really, really liked, because it had like that, it was like the black lens, but it was like a taper down to like being like clear in the top, or like more black and darkened. So
so I had a little gradient or like ombre to it. Yeah.
So I was like, these are pretty cool, so I'll get these. And I lost them. I'm like, these are the ones I was one of the ones I was like really mad that I lost those.
Yeah, I've had, I don't know, probably a dozen in the last.
Sounds about right.
Maybe even like closer to 20 in the last 20 years. So, and that's funny because I definitely went through like a shades phase. Mm-hmm. There was like a dance crew back in, I think it was like 2012. I went through like a big, like obnoxious, like
the Oakleys
sunglass shades.
Yeah. And those have been my pairs since being in like Original Sins, because we always used to rock the big Oakley 80s police officer type sunglasses.
the aviators, you mean?
Aviators, yeah.
These are kind of cut like that, where it's like the alien head, kind of thing. But yeah, I was teaching tonight in shades, which there's actually a pair of sunglasses in the room that I teach in that I always just throw them on, like, just to be goofy. Like, oh, wow, look at me, I'm super cool. And they're pink frame. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Style.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't even know it's fashion, man. Like,
that's fashion.
It's fashion. Like, you don't even know, bro. Like,
I mean, you don't even know. Yeah, one of the teachers came in and she's like, migraine kind of night? And I was like, Yeah, no, like she didn't hear. I told my boss, I guess
Mhm.
she hadn't really been just like spewing it to everybody.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, no, I got in an accident last week and I have like a little concussion. She's like, oh my God. Like, I thought you were just wearing them. Like maybe your head was hurting. I was like, yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. And a little bit of ring to it, like.
Yeah, but I'd always, because it's my first concussion. I never had one before, but I had students that ran into it every now and again, and they come in their sunglasses, and I was like I was a little judgy about it. I was like, looks so goofy. They're just sitting there in their sunglasses all day long. Now I'm living it. Yeah, now I'm like, but yeah, it's all good. It's all gonna be fine, and I don't want to get into it for too long because I do want to get into this watch along.
Yeah, this is getting steamy.
But yeah, I'm good, and the other person accident thing, they're fine. So
yeah, glad you're
accidents
okay.
are
Glad the other people
accidents.
are okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right. So Mr. McMahon on Netflix, episode 3, The Screwjob, which I gotta think this is the Bret Hart Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah.
I don't see how it's not.
Yeah,
Especially
it
Bret.
has to be coming
Bret's
in there somewhere.
the documentary.
Yeah, we saw Bret in the last one, in the last episode. So gotta definitely, just from that title, obviously have to think that somewhere in this episode, probably within the middle to the end of it, we're gonna get to that match between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. So I'm looking forward to it because, like I said, I've never seen that full match either. I know the situation and what happened and everything, but I've just never seen the whole match and everything. So it's the whole series is like, just from episode 1 to 2, two different, feelings. Like, episode 1 was like, yeah, this is Vince, he was such a brilliant mind, and then episode 2 is like, yeah, this guy is a piece of crap. Like,
I mean, it certainly ended basically kind of like, yeah, wait until all of this starts to unfold in the upcoming episodes.
Yeah,
I think episode 2 we got like a little taste of like they started really saying the stuff towards the end, but the steroid thing is what really cracked us up, right?
Yeah.
Because he like denied it, and then they cut to Tony Atlas, and he's like, "I got steroids.
I gave it to him in the other room. Like, I just gave it to him yesterday. Like, God, Tony, come on.
Man, he hooked me up like 5 times a month, man. Come on."
Like, Tony just saying all types of crap tonight.
So Tony Atlas was the guy that really wanted this documentary to happen.
Right. Like, oh, you gonna pay me some money tonight. Like,
you owe me all after all them steroids I gave you.
I told y'all shouldn't just put the tapes on me.
He wrote me 5 checks. It's in my bank statement.
Said Vince McMahon right there. Like, oh man, it's so good.
God, it's so good. All right,
I remember they had Tony Atlas on MTV for that the TV show, like what was it? I Want to Be a Pro Wrestler. And I think Tony Atlas, I remember Tony Atlas being in there, and he was, I think he was out of professional wrestling at that point, and he was just back in like the indie scene, and he had just gotten over his pro wrestling thing. But
like
I remember him.
Days.
Yes, I remember him being from that video, and every time I see him now, I was like, that's where I always remembered seeing him at the first. And then I didn't really realize that, oh, he was actually, in the WWF, and, he was like a legit wrestler. So that was cool to, at least know that he was like who they said he was. I didn't know he was as professional as what they thought he was claiming to be.
Do you have your subtitles turned on?
I do not.
Okay. I think I know when I started watching shows with the subtitles or the closed captions. And it wasn't like I wanted to start watching stuff with the closed captions.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like the person I was spending time with, I'll say, at the time would always watch stuff with the closed captions. And in my head, I'd always just be like, why are these on?
Right.
And then I think it was like a couple months later, I caught myself, like, I realized that I had been reading the closed captions.
Mm-hmm.
It just over time, I would like read it to make sure I understood exactly what was being said.
Yeah.
Like just to help reiterate my understanding on my end. So I have them on for this. And every time that they say World Wrestling Federation, the closed caption says World Wrestling Entertainment. I'm like, I wonder if that was like in the lawsuit with the World Wildlife Foundation.
Right.
That was like, okay, well, up until this point, anytime, like if we have footage from before now that winds up getting shown, we're not going to bleep out Federation.
No.
But all of those logos are, I think they're blurred out.
From
like,
what I know of, I mean, when the network really came out, they blurred everything that was like WWF, like logos and everything. But I think Federation, if they can catch it, they bleeped it, but I don't think they bleeped every single one of them. I mean, that would have been some hard editing to do, and
well, it would have been so obnoxious. Like anyone that knows, like I don't know, I can't imagine being the World Wildlife Foundation, and okay, I get it's for the greater good of animals.
Yeah,
and
wildlife,
and they didn't want Vince McMahon's Wrestling Federation to have any affiliation
with what they were doing. Yeah,
with what they were doing. So like, I get it.
We get it now.
I get it to a degree, but World Wildlife Foundation wanting everything Federation and everything WWF like censored is just, it just sounds like
a little much.
Yeah. I don't know if I should use the term overkill when we're talking about World Wildlife Foundation.
Too soon.
Too soon. Oh boy. Should we start this now?
Let's start this. Like, speaking of killed, let's go. So, just like anything, guys, like we always say, we are starting this from the beginning. There will be like the little Netflix ad, just like anything when you start your Netflix, things, and then we will be starting this thing. So if you have a Netflix account, go log into that now. You can pause where we're at, and we will be doing the 1, 2, 3 go. And I think Jim has some ads, so we'll be stopping and going here and there, and we'll give some little timestamps to where we stop and when we start going, so that you can also follow along with that. And let's continue this documentary. Again, I'm stoked. I mean, it's getting good. I wonder how much more is going to be said in this one. So let's have at it.
Yeah, man. From the rave reviews that we've read, like saying how good that this is, and we're only 2 out of the 6 episodes in going into this. Like Anthony was saying on the episode 2 recording, watch along. Anthony and I have not seen any of this. Like, we are watching it for the first time as we record.
Yes.
These watch longs. Some of the watch longs that we do, we've either both seen it or one of us has seen the movie. I think more times than not, like one of us is showing showing the other, like
9
something
times
that
out of 10. One of us has seen it, and we're just showing like, hey, you got to watch this.
Hey, yeah, you got to watch this. Yeah.
Every maybe once in a while, we're like, yeah, we're revisiting this movie because we've seen it. But this is something that me and Jim have not seen at all. So when we're doing these watch alongs and we post them, these are our actual reactions. This is not, us rewatching it and trying to have the same, beginning reactions. So all these are, because I think we even had that when we were doing the debut of Uncle Howdy. People were like, they're such fake reactions. Like, I don't know how you can fake a reaction when we just literally had it up like the next day after it, but whatever. But
Whatever, man. Yeah, seriously.
so,
I mean, you believe what you want on the internet. We're
Mhm.
telling you that it was in real time. You can decide for yourself. I guess
Yeah.
the only way for people to know for sure if it was in real time is if we did a live kind of thing on our social media account, and then
Exactly.
you can catch our live reaction. Maybe that's something that we do. We can figure that out because you and I can go live together on Instagram or Facebook for one of the wrestling pay-per-views coming up. We could do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll have to do that like a post show or something. I think that's one of the things we've been talking about, which would be cool. We'll have to figure out which one we want to do. Maybe one of the next few. We'll see.
Yep.
Comment, guys, if you want to see that. So
I'm thinking War Games, but that's just me.
Hey, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's get this in. So, are you ready, brother?
Yeah, I already did the initial ad 60 seconds that they do before. So as soon as we say 3, 2, 1, I'm hitting play and it's starting. I will have ads along the way. Sorry.
Yeah.
And we'll adjust timestamps along the way, like Anthony said.
All right, here we go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
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 All right, so they're starting off with a
1985.
women's champion. So I wonder where this is going.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, so this is segueing into the screw job.
Mm-hmm.
One. Yeah, that was
Yeah, that was totally
way obvious.
Total botch.
Oh, Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah. I didn't care. Like, and scene.
Oh,
Oh.
Hmm.
Huh? Oh my God, Tony! They even called me.
He called me. Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
That's too good.
Yeah. Whoever cut that in right at that time should get a raise.
Yeah, I would totally pay them just. Linda.
Linda.
How you doing?
I know.
Of course. Razor Ramon.
I feel like Bret Hart's music is the most 90s music that you can get for a 90s wrestler. Like,
Yeah,
I haven't heard anything that touches like that 90s feel.
I can agree.
Hmm.
Way to talk about yourself, Brett. Like,
Don't go tooting your own horn or anything there, Bret.
Owen. Hmm. What?
What?
What? I was saying birth of Monday Night Nitro.
Oh.
Oh. Hmm.
Wow.
Wowza!
Oh.
Ooh. And then he got all pissed.
Then he got all pissed. Y'all got duped.
You got duped. Hmm. 'All
Got an ad on my end.
right.
I'll let you know what the timestamp is once it comes back. Little.
Okay. Yep, just running an ad here real quick, guys. So we'll get the timestamp here in a sec. Yeah, I'm still waiting for another Tony Atlas out of nowhere.
It was too good, man.
That spot was so funny. I almost thought they almost called me. Like,
All right, I am at as far as what time is remaining. It's 37 minutes and 38 seconds.
okay.
I got the Nitro entrance ramp on my screen.
$37 minutes and 38 seconds.
Yeah.
Paused. Okay. Do the honors, brother.
You got it. 37, 38 remaining, everyone. And here is the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
World Whining Federation. Shots fired.
Shots fired. Ruthless.
Wow. Heat. Hmm.
CB.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Heat.
Heath.
Click.
The click.
Kill the click. All right. You flash forward? It's where they hug.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. I didn't know kayfabe was a thing like back in like the 90s. I thought it was more of like a modern era type of term.
Yeah, well, because it wasn't a term that we heard when we were kids growing up with it.
Right.
We thought kayfabe was like invented in the early to mid 2000s.
Right.
Ad.
All right. Yeah, I
Sorry,
mean,
y'all.
nah. I mean, again, we didn't really have the internet wasn't as big in the 90s, so kayfabe being a thing obviously wasn't, circled around the community as much unless you were probably within the wrestling industry, I guess. But until the internet got to be a thing, then that word got spread around more so that people caught on to it.
Yeah, Triple H was just saying like what you'd call the dirt sheets at the time. It was like in wrestling columns, and like, and I guess people would write into a specific subscription magazine or news, like headlines, this, that, or the other, and people would just voice their opinions, I guess, in the dirt sheets. But now, as we know, everything gets leaked onto the internet. So the IWC is the dirt sheets because there's no way of navigating the IWC for non-spoilery content,
which is like you said, it's a blessing and a curse where it's great because you have the community, but there are no longer ways of trying to keep things from being spoiled, because like especially like returns, everything gets leaked, especially the Royal Rumble. I think the Rumble has even lost its spark to be like, we used to be like, okay, well, who's going to be the returning people this year? Where 9 times out of 10, you kind of can assume you're going to know 1 or 2 people that are going to be returning just because of all the leaks and, things that come out. Where back then when we were watching in the 90s, you got so much more surprise when you were watching the Rumble because you had no clue who would be coming out.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
Good times.
All right, man. Time remaining is 27 minutes and 57 seconds.
Okay, let me back up. $27.57.
All right, everyone. 27:37. Sorry, 27:37 remaining.
Oh, 27:37 or 27. Yeah, okay. I need to go.
No, I'm at 57. I'm sorry. 27:57. Yeah.
Okay.
You good?
My bad. Yeah, I'm good.
No, I said 37, so it was my bad. It's my fault.
So it is 37 or
it is 57.
Okay, then I'm good. Okay.
Okay. 27 minutes and 57 seconds remaining. Here comes the 3, 2, 1 countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Which goes into Vince's forte of never really getting into with the times.
I didn't catch what you had just said because I didn't realize my volume was all the way up my bed.
Basically like how Vince was never good with going with the times, just proved that he wanted to stick with the old times instead of adapting to what's new. Why I'm here.
Freaking bye.
Right. He stole my toy. It's true.
I got my headphones in, so I'm still listening.
Mhm.
I'm getting a snack. What a conniving SOB.
Right. Mm. Yep.
Mm.
I think this was the turning point for sure.
Oh,
Mm. Mm-hmm. No.
John Cena.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
83 weeks. That's a good year and 7 months.
I was just thinking that too.
Over
It's
a year and
over
a
a
half.
year, just about 2 years. Oh, Ed. Too soon? Like my God. Okay.
Hmm. Yikes.
I was just good TV. Like, so that was the reason for the intro of the episode, because it's similar to what this is. Mm. 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 Hmm. Hmm. Crazy how loyal Taker is, like, to the end to Vince.
All the way through and through.
End scene.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool getting the Montreal Screwjob from all of their, like,
Yeah.
all of them telling the story
Mm-hmm.
rather than you just hear snippets from each one of them one at a time.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I've always seen it like those clips here and there of like Hunter and Sean in the back, Bret asking Sean, saying like I had no clue, but they obviously knew. But I don't think I heard about the fact that they were saying like, well, they had a meeting between Vince, Sean, and Hunter that
Triple
morning,
H.
saying like, hey,
Yep.
this is what's going down. You take this to the grave, pretty much.
Yep.
So just seeing the next episode, episode 4, entitled Attitude. And they obviously gave us a little bit of hint that was most likely what episode 4 is going to start being, is they're going to, the Attitude era is going to be born, and we're going to see
getting
getting
DX and Austin. Yeah.
Yep. The Rock, Austin, DX birth, and, the Monday Night Wars are going to be starting. So we're going to start getting into like our era finally of like when we really started picking up watching it.
Yeah, because Bret Hart versus Steve Austin was WrestleMania 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Bret was gone by Mania 14, which was why they had Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense because Shawn will have had the title from Survivor Series, I guess, until WrestleMania. Yeah.
So again, another great episode. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't as crazy as episode 2, but this stuff was showing, the business side of Vince, that he's going to protect his business no matter what. And, just like anything, like, you're always replaceable. To any business person, you're always replaceable. I mean, you can be as loyal as you want to a company, but business is business. Once they want you out or they don't need you anymore, they're going to do what's best for them. So another side of Vince that, I mean, we kind of knew about Vince being, a diehard to his business, and that is his baby to the point where he's going to protect it no matter what against anybody. But just seeing all these things, and I never knew about the women thing in the beginning, that he screwed over that one lady to her championship. So it's not like it's not like the Montreal Screwjob was the only kind of thing. So this is like something that has happened prior to that. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and I think they were kind of trying to recreate that story with the CM Punk John Cena Money in the Bank match from 2011 that everyone like loves to talk about, because everyone knew Punk's contract was up and he couldn't win the title and then like leave WWE with the title kind of thing.
Exactly.
But I think that in that storyline, they were just trying to prevent Vince from screwing him like the Montreal Screwjob, and then CM Punk actually wins, and then his contract runs up, and all the weird stuff started happening. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the episode. Good stuff. I am stoked for the Attitude Era.
Yeah, me too.
And
it's going to be fun.
Yeah, episode 5 is Family Business.
So, gonna start getting even more juicy. So,
a momentous merger changes the wrestling landscape. Okay, so Family Business is about when Vince buys WCW. So we're going to get that for episode 5.
Cool. Yeah, so we'll get the aftermath of the Attitude Era, and obviously WWE winning the Monday Night Wars. So then 5 will be the outcome of him taking over WCW. Yeah. So that'll be cool, because I didn't really, know a lot of the specs about that. So it'll be interesting to see what that's all about too. But yeah, man, like you said, another great episode. Looking forward to these last 3. And guys, if you're watching this, feel free to comment and let us know what you thought of this episode. And if you are looking forward to any other episodes, if you've watched already, try not to spoil anything until other people have watched it. But I mean, it's been out for somewhat of a good time, so spoilers are out there no matter what. But make sure you guys are following at One Set Pod on socials. Subscribe here on YouTube, uploading every Friday. And this has been another episode of One Set. Bro, do you have anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, as usual, all the love, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, love you, brother.
Love you too, man. This has been One Set, guys. See you next week.
See you next week. Gotta go.
All right, gotta go.